Today, I will share our estimated costs to retire in Skopje, North Macedonia, including rent, groceries, utilities, internet, cell phone, restaurants, drinking water, laundry, and transportation if the two of us retired here on a tight budget. I really enjoy Eastern Europe. During this tour of Eastern Europe, we conducted research with our feet on the ground in 15 different countries. On this leg of the tour, we arrived in North Macedonia by bus from Albania. Our first stop in North Macedonia was at Lake Ohrid, and then we took the bus to Skopje, the capital of North Macedonia. I didn't really know what to expect when we arrived in Skopje because not many people have been talking about it, and I had never been here before. So we found a neighborhood in Skopje that we really loved. Much of the video you are watching now, we took while walking around that neighborhood. By the time we left, we knew the area of Skopje we would live if we retired here. I've spent the last 17 years traveling all around the world, finding the best places to retire overseas. North Macedonia is my 73rd country and Chung's 47th country with our feet on the ground. After I share sample costs of living in North Macedonia, I'll share what I learned about healthcare, food, real estate, things to do, social considerations, visas, walkability, weather, internet speeds, and expat considerations. Okay, estimated costs to retire in Skopje, North Macedonia. Okay, rents. Today I found this furnished apartment in Skopje advertised online for 400 euros, which is about 438 US per month. The ad shows that it's located in the central area of Skopje, which is in the area we would want to live. If you rent for short term on Airbnb, it would be much more expensive. A larger apartment closer in Old Town or larger in size could easily cost twice as much per month. So for the middle range estimate expenses, I'll estimate 800 per month or more depending upon area and size. Here's the process we use to find great apartments. So we'll show you a table of all estimated expenses in a moment. We'll use 438 US per month for our lower rent estimate and 800 per month for the middle cost of living estimate for expats who want more space. In case these rents are too high for you, if you move about 30 minutes out of the central area of Skopje, the rents could easily be 30% lower. Subscribe now if you'd like to know what retirement destination we report on next. Okay, utilities. For the above apartment, we estimate the year-round average utilities for us would be about 100 per month. The utilities would cost more for the larger apartment, starting at around 160 per month. Those are US. Groceries. We would shop in the farmers markets for fresh fruits and vegetables and purchase non-perishable foods and other things like shampoo and detergents in the grocery store. So we estimate about 280 per month for groceries. Other expats are likely to spend more on imported groceries they miss from home, so maybe 400 per month or more on groceries, since many don't go to the farmers market as often. Okay, restaurants. We would eat out twice per week, mostly in more local-style restaurants, averaging about $5 to $8 US per meal per person, and 1 or 2 splurges per month of around $9 to $13 US per month per person. If you add all that up, you would spend around $240 per month for the two of us. We may have a beer here and there, but that's covered below in alcohol. Other expats are likely to eat more expensive expat-style restaurants more often and less in the local-style restaurants, so they would likely spend more like $300 per month for 2 people in restaurants or more. It is lifestyle dependent. Okay, cell phone data. The cheapest prepaid Telecom Macedonia SIM cards are about 23 US for 30 days, including unlimited data. My Android phone will act as a hotspot so we can both be on the internet when we're out of the house together. Other retired expat couples are likely to buy 2 prepaid SIM cards, so they would need about 46 US per month. Laundry. The apartments all seem to have clothes washing machines. The above grocery estimate includes laundry detergent, so nothing extra for laundry. Drinking water. We read online that the water is clean here and many people drink water from the tap, but we'd be a little more careful. We didn't see reverse osmosis delivery in 20-liter jugs, so we would probably get a Brita water filter. The filter refills would be about $5 per month. Internet. We read online that in-home Wi-Fi costs about $16 per month for 50 megabits per second. Public transportation. We didn't ride the local bus in Skopje because we stayed in a central area that was walking distance to everything we needed. But you can ride local buses around town if you prefer for about 30 local, which is 50 cents per bus ride. We did take a taxi from the bus station to our accommodations and back when we arrived and departed for about 300 local, which is $4.60 US each way. So we estimate about $30 per month for the public transportation in case we need to bring groceries home after shopping or get somewhere in a hurry with a taxi. Other expats might walk less and spend more on taxis and less on public transportation, so I estimate about $80 per month for them. Alcohol, which is optional of course. Domestic beers in North Macedonia start at about 59 local, which is $1.06 US for the half-liter size, which is about 50% larger than the standard size beer in America. In bars and restaurants, half-liter draft domestic beers run from about $2.50 to $4 US. We estimate about $110 per month on alcohol for the two of us. Many other expats would spend a higher amount for imported foreign or craft beers in expat bars, so about $210 per month for two people, assuming they're not into imported whiskey or wine. Entertainment, which is optional, we'd budget about $200 per month for entertainment for the two of us. We enjoy doing more do-it-yourself kinds of entertainment, so expats would spend a little more than us, maybe $300 per month for the two of them. Okay, let's add it all up. For our lower cost, rent $438, utilities $100, grocery $280 US per month, restaurants $240, cell data $23, laundry $0, drinking water $5, internet $16, transportation $20. That adds up to $1,122 per month for your basic living costs. Okay, alcohol, let's add $110. That brings us to $1,232. Entertainment, add $200, brings you to $1,432. All right, let's look at the middle range. Rent, $800, utilities, $160, on down to the basic total cost of $1,807 US per month. Add alcohol of $210, you're at $2,017. Add optional entertainment, you're at $2,317 US per month. Now, my above lower cost estimates would be for the two of us living on a tight budget. I gathered this data with our feet on the ground in North Macedonia in September of 2024. I would estimate that 80 to 90% of the overseas retirees will spend significantly more than our lower estimated budget. This is often because they do not need to live on so little, because many have significantly more retirement resources available. So the middle estimate is just another example of what other expats might spend for these expenses if they moved here. To understand what it would cost you to live here, you must put your feet on the ground, see what you would choose to rent, eat, drink, and how you would entertain yourself, and add it all up. It doesn't matter what anyone else spends because we're all different. If you are an expat living overseas anywhere in the world and you'd like to share your cost of living on this channel, please email me at vagabondbuddha.com/contact. I will probably invite you to share your story on this channel. Okay, North Macedonia, retirement desirability factors. I'll now share what I learned about North Macedonia's retirement visa, healthcare, walkability, internet, food, weather, things to do, social considerations, safety, expat communities, and real estate, and then assign an overall retirement desirability score to Skopje. If you'd like my free ebook about how I fired my boss and traveled the world for 17 years and how I pay for things, come to Vagabond Buddha and grab the free ebook. Okay, walkability. I would say hi. We walked everywhere in central Skopje. We found all of our daily needs within 20 minutes walk from our accommodations, so we would not need a car if we lived here. Avoiding the expense of a car would be highly desirable to us. Internet, hi. The Wi-Fi in our Airbnb had about 40 megabits per second down and 20 megabits per second upload speeds, but we heard that we could get 50 megabits per second for about 16 US per month. Okay, food. I would say hi. There was a very large farmer's market about a 15-minute walk from our apartment. For fresh fruits and vegetables, we would shop in the farmer's market. For other non-perishable foods or meats and other items, we may shop in one of the supermarkets. There is a grocery store in this shopping mall, link provided. Our webpage with links to all this information, where we stayed, where we ate, favorite restaurants, are at the first link in the first comment below this video. Okay, weather. At 240 meters or 787 feet above sea level, the weather is slightly cooler than other sea level cities this far south in the Balkans. The coldest month in Skopje is in January, with an average daily high of 41 Fahrenheit, which is 5 Celsius, and an average nightly low of 25 Fahrenheit, which is -4 Celsius. The hottest month in Skopje is July, with an average daily high of 89 Fahrenheit, which is 31 Celsius, and nightly low of 60 Fahrenheit, which is 16 Celsius. The best time to visit Skopje is May through September. Snow is more likely from mid-November through mid-March, when it could snow an inch or more for approximately 30 of those days. Things to do. I would say hi. Skopje is a beautiful capital city with one of the most memorable central squares I've seen in Europe and charming neighborhoods. It also has walking tours, historical tours, nightlife activities, restaurants, coffee shops, live music, festivals, and fairs. Annual events in Skopje include the Story Festival, our Romanian National Day, Poetry Festival, Makefest, Manaki Brothers Film Festival, Skopje Jazz Festival, Skopje Marathon, Skopje Summer Festival, Struga Poetry Evenings, and the Theater Fest. Many other events, such as foreign visiting performing artists, are listed on the 2 links provided. Okay, social considerations. I would say medium. The language spoken in Skopje is Macedonian, which uses Cyrillic alphabet. English is generally spoken in the central tourist areas of Skopje, so you won't have to worry too much about the language barrier until you get outside the central area. Skopje is also a place where many English-speaking expats decide to retire. Thus, you'll find many English speakers, both locals and foreigners, in the tourist areas. Okay, safety considerations. I would say hi. North Macedonia was ranked 38th safest country in the world, 94 countries safer than the USA. When I last checked, the U.S. State Department webpage published a level 1 risk for North Macedonia. Exercise normal precaution in North Macedonia. You can also review my report, How to Travel the World Safely, which is how I have remained safe traveling the world for 17 years. We went out walking in the late evening, drinking in the central Skopje, and never felt a hint of trouble. All of those links are provided. Okay, expat community. I would say hi. Macedonia joined NATO as a full member and applied for European Union membership in 2004. The negotiations for joining the EU are continuing, but there's no set date or target for accession presently. Here are a few Facebook pages that cater to English-speaking expats living in North Macedonia. 4 links provided. These online expat communities are great for learning all about things that expats want to learn when they first move overseas. Make sure to search for previous questions asked and answered recently before posting any questions to these groups. Okay, medical. I would say medium. the Healthcare International Comparison Index ranks North Macedonia 75th in the world, 6 spots lower than the United States, which ranks 69th. There are different ways healthcare is rated, but this one seems to be considering quality of care in relation to what patients are charged. Because Skopje is the capital of North Macedonia, it has more medical resources and specialized doctors than you'll find in other cities in the country. If you decide to move here, make sure to ask around for referrals and establish relationships with doctors based on the feedback you've gotten from others who have used their services. The above expat Facebook pages may be a good source for that sort of information. Okay, tourist visa. I would say hi. Citizens of about 90 countries can visit North Macedonia as tourists for 90 days without obtaining a visa. This link provides a quick list of the countries, but do double check with the North Macedonian embassy in your home country before making any final plans. The tourist visa exemption is good for a maximum of 90 days stay during any 180-day period for many countries, including EU, USA, UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, and 60 more countries listed at the above link. Okay, retire in North Macedonia. According to various sources online, foreigners can retire and move to North Macedonia with formalities such as proof of pension, evidence of accommodations, a valid passport, bank statements, and health insurance. Rather than promoting any particular service I read about online, I recommend that you request a referral to a lawyer on one of the North Macedonia expat Facebook pages I shared above. Ask for expats there for an immigration lawyer who they have already successfully used to get their own residence permits for North Macedonia. I do not recommend paying someone to help you get residency unless or until you have confirmed from an expat that they have already successfully helped them get residency. Okay, real estate. I would say hi. When I read about it online today, foreigners are allowed to purchase real estate in North Macedonia if they follow the proper procedures. Today I saw this 2-bedroom furnished apartment for sale for 81,000 euros, which is about 89,000 USD. But if you are willing to live further outside the walkable city center, you may be able to find apartments for less. However, I do not recommend buying real estate in a foreign country until you have lived there for an extended period of time, making sure you love it. If you decide to buy real estate, you should also get your own lawyer who has no conflict of interest with you. For example, do not use a lawyer recommended by your real estate broker or your local lover. I would also seek a referral from an expat that has used their services to successfully buy real estate in North Macedonia. Okay, Skopje, North Macedonia, retirement desirability score. For me, I would say it's medium. Skopje is a charming and vibrant city and would certainly be a lovely spot to retire if you're not afraid of snow on the ground about 30 days per year. As described above, the window for snow on the ground is 4 months, so I would need to fly south for those months. Otherwise, I would rate Skopje as highly desirable. To find out my top 15 places to retire in the entire world, please watch the video in the upper right-hand corner of your screen right now.